Hello everyone. In this video, we'll see how to create a key vault in Azure. Azure Key Vault is a cloud service that helps us to store the secrets, keys, and certificates very securely in Azure. And if we see the key capabilities of Key Vault, it has secrets management, key management, and certificate management. Under secrets management, we can store the passwords, tokens, API keys very securely. Coming to the key management, we can create and manage encryption keys using cryptographic algorithms. And we have certificate management. Under certificate management, all the transport layer security certificates can be managed. And if we see like why we have to use Azure Key Vault, it is basically a centralized place where all the application related secrets, certificates, and the keys will be stored. Because of that, it prevents hard coding of the secrets in the actual application. And since hard coding of the secrets is avoided, the accidental exposure of the secrets to the unknown persons will be avoided. This will improve the actual security posture of the organization. Basically, here, security posture means how well the organization is maintaining the security standards to protect the users, applications, and the data of the organization. So, Key Vault plays a major role to improve the security posture of the organization. And coming to the security and access control, here comes the authentication and authorization. Basically, authentication verifies the identity of a user trying to access the Key Vault, and authorization controls the actions performed by the user. These actions can be controlled by providing him fine-grained access. For example, a particular user can access only secrets, then his privilege will be different. And a person like administrator can access everything. So then his privileges are at high. So like this, we can provide fine-grained access permissions. So these are the advantages of Key Vault. Now we'll see how to create Azure Key Vault in the actual Azure portal. Now we'll see how to create Key Vault in Azure. So just in the search bar, type Key Vault and select Key Vault, and here click on create. Now the first thing is subscription. You have to select that, and resource group. If you want to use the existing resource group, fine, or else you can create a new one. In our case, we are creating a new resource group. Then you have to provide a name for the resource group. Then region East US. We are going with East US. And under pricing tier, we have two types, standard and premium. Basically, standard will use the software protected case, whereas premium will use the HSM protected case. HSM means it is a hardware security module. Basically, it is a dedicated tamper-resistant hardware which is used to generate cryptographic keys. That is why it is highly secured. So for security critical applications, we should go for premium. For general applications, standard is enough. And then if you come down, here we have soft delete. Soft delete is by default enabled in Key Vault. What is soft delete means? Here the days of retention you can see. it is displaying as 90, that can be modified. It varies from 7 to 90. That means the minimum retention days will be 7 and the maximum retention days will be 90. Below that, we have purge protection. When we disable the purge protection, we can delete the objects from the key vault permanently even before the retention period. In our case, it is 7. Even before 7 days also, we can permanently delete the objects in key vault if the purge protection is disabled. Whereas if you enable the purge protection, we can soft delete the objects from key vault, but we cannot permanently delete the key vault objects before the retention periods. So that is the basic difference between disabling and enabling the purge protection. And here, if the purge protection is enabled, even the key vault will be reserved for us. If you try to delete and recreate a key vault with the same name, it will not allow you to create. So that is the difference. Next, if we click on next, we have this access configuration. Here, access configuration mainly deals with authentication and authorization. Authentication will identify the user, whereas authorization determines which operations the user can perform. So, this authorization and authentication can be done in two ways. One is Azure role-based access control, which is a recommended one. The other one is Vault Access Policy. So generally, we'll go with Azure role-based access control. So below that, we have resource access. So we can select accordingly. For example, if a virtual machine has to access the Azure Key Vault, then we can select the first option. Similarly, we can go with other options depending on the usage. Next, click on next. Then we have networking. Here, basically, if you want to enable public access, that is by default checked, we can continue with that. And under the public access, we have all networks and selected networks. Suppose any network can access means then you can go with all networks. Or if you want to go with certain networks, then you can go with the second option, which is selected networks. And if you click on that selected networks, below you have to add which virtual networks you want the key vault to be accessed. So that we can add. In our case, we are going with all networks. So, and here we have one more point. Suppose we want a particular private endpoint to access the key vault. That also we can do by creating a private endpoint. That we'll see in the next video, which includes how to create a private endpoint. So now we are going to continue by clicking next. Then here you can specify the tag. Then click on next. So now it is validating all the information provided. Once the validation is successful, you can click on create. Yeah. So the creation of key vault is in progress. The deployment is in progress. Once the deployment is successful, key vault will be created. the deployment is completed, you can see the actual Key Vault resource got created in Azure. So now our Key Vault got created, and if you click on objects, here you can see keys, secrets, and certificates. And if you see the warning there, the operation is not allowed by RBAC. This is because we didn't give any access control for the specific user. So let us give the respective access, needed access. So click on access control, click on role assignments, add role assignment. And here you have to check for Key Vault. If you see, these are the different levels of access. Key Vault administrator, Key Vault certificate user, Key Vault crypto officer. So if I give the access as Key Vault administrator, he will be able to perform any type of operation in Key Vault. So now select the member to whom you have to provide the access. So select it. Now you can click on next. So here, this is the admin access. So now if we go and check the keys or the secrets and certificates, now we don't get that error because now we are having the actual authorization and we are an authenticated user to see the secrets, objects, and secret certificates and keys. But as of now, we don't have any objects in Key Vault. That is why we couldn't see. Thank you.